TJ Watt to Washington, the game-changing move that could redefine the Commanders. For years, the Washington Commanders have existed in a gray area of the NFL, never fully rebuilding, yet never fully contending. They've shuffled coaches, front office regimes, and quarterbacks in search of a winning formula, often falling short of both expectations and consistency. But now, as the 2025 NFL season draws near, a singular opportunity stands before them. An opportunity that could alter the course of their franchise and finally bring clarity to their long-standing identity crisis. That opportunity? Trading for All-Pro linebacker TJ Watt. Although no official deal is in place, the very mention of Watt in burgundy and gold has ignited passionate debates and bold speculation among analysts, insiders, and fans alike. And while some may dismiss the idea as too far-fetched or financially risky, those truly paying attention understand just how logical and potentially transformational this move could be. The Commanders' identity crisis. Washington's recent history is defined by inconsistency. Since their last Super Bowl triumph in 1991, the team has cycled through countless strategies, rebuilds, veteran experiments, splashy free agent signings, all with limited success. They've rarely tanked, but they've never truly soared either. Under new head coach Dan Quinn and a refreshed front office, the Commanders are now entering a new era, one focused on player development, smart roster building, and a fresh quarterback in LSU's Jayden Daniels. With Daniels on a rookie deal, the Commanders have what every NFL franchise covets: financial flexibility. And that's where the idea of adding TJ Watt begins to make perfect sense. Why Watt, and why now? Let's be clear, TJ Watt isn't just any defensive player. He's a game wrecker, a quarterback's worst nightmare, and a leader whose impact stretches beyond the box score. A five-time Pro Bowler and the 2021 Defensive Player of the Year, Watt is capable of shifting momentum with a single play, be it a strip sack, tipped pass, or third down stop. The Commanders' offense, thanks to Daniels and a solid supporting cast, appears to be turning a corner. But the defense, that's still a work in progress. Losing talents like Chase Young and Montez Sweat left a void in both pass-rushing firepower and emotional leadership. Watt could fill and even exceed that void immediately. Scheme fit. Does Watt belong in a 4-3? Washington traditionally runs a 4-3 base defense, which has raised concerns about how Watt, historically a 3-4 outside linebacker, would fit into their system. But under Dan Quinn, that concern quickly fades. Quinn is known for defensive creativity. In Dallas, he turned Micah Parsons into a versatile Swiss Army knife, part linebacker, part edge rusher, part chaos agent. Parsons lined up everywhere, on the edge, in the A-gap, even in coverage. Watt has the same type of athleticism and instincts to thrive in that kind of system. More importantly, Watt isn't a stranger to putting his hand in the dirt. Pittsburgh often used him in hybrid alignments and stunt-heavy fronts. In Washington, his role would be tailored, not forced, allowing him to disrupt plays without being limited by scheme. Leadership and locker room impact. There's another layer to Watt's value that goes beyond his pass-rushing skills: his leadership. In Pittsburgh, Watt isn't just a top-tier player, he's the emotional heartbeat of the defense. He sets the tone in practices, holds teammates accountable, and performs in the clutch. For a young and evolving defense in Washington, that kind of veteran presence could accelerate development across the board. Players like Jamin Davis, Emmanuel Forbes, and Percy Butler, all still in the growth phase of their careers, would benefit tremendously from Watt's guidance. His work ethic, discipline, and football IQ would instantly raise the standard inside the locker room. The cap situation, why it's possible. Watt's contract is no small matter. He's one of the highest-paid defenders in the NFL, and his salary, plus bonuses and escalators, could cost Washington well into the 8-figure range over the next couple of years. For many teams, that's a deal-breaker, but Washington isn't like most teams right now. With Jaden Daniels on a rookie deal and a relatively modest payroll across other key positions, the Commanders are in a unique spot. They could absorb Watt's salary and still have the cap space to make moves in 2026 and 2027. Not only that, they could restructure Watt's deal, extending his contract to create immediate cap relief while giving him long-term security. It's a financial window that doesn't stay open long, and Washington would be wise to take advantage while it lasts. What would it take to land Watt? The biggest question, of course, is cost. The Steelers are notoriously reluctant to part ways with franchise pillars. To pry Watt away, Washington would likely need to offer a package including a first-round pick, a second-rounder, and possibly a young defensive asset. That's steep, but not unprecedented. Last season, the 49ers gave up multiple picks for Christian McCaffrey. Critics questioned the price at the time, but the results spoke for themselves. San Francisco's offense became elite overnight. Similarly, the Rams mortgaged future picks for Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey and won a Super Bowl. In today's NFL, cautious teams rarely win big. It's the bold ones that make noise in January. High risk, high reward. Yes, there's always a chance things don't work out. Watt could suffer an injury. The fit might not be perfect. Locker room dynamics could shift. But if you're Washington, you don't let fear dictate your decision-making anymore. This franchise has waited over 3 decades to be relevant in the postseason conversation. They've tried playing it safe. It hasn't worked. Now, with a promising quarterback, a respected defensive coach, and the financial room to maneuver, it's time to swing for the fences. The bigger picture. Trading for TJ Watt wouldn't just bring in an elite pass rusher, it would send a message to the entire NFL. It would say that the Commanders are tired of being a footnote, that they're no longer content with moral victories or close losses, that they're ready to win. It would energize a fan base hungry for excitement, a locker room craving leadership, and a franchise desperate